program, what we are going to do, I am going to start from the basic architecture.
Okay.
Let me write it down so that you can see. So this is the architecture. So what we are going to do, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So 7,000, 5,000, 2,000, right? So this is the key. So this program is actually being run by Cisco, and this is DCUFI program, Data Center Unified Fabric Interconnect. So this is one of the
Okay.
programs which belongs to your CCIE data center. This is
Okay.
one of the, right? Since we want to have, and there is another module which is known as UCS, which talks about all the servers, right? Where we have
Okay.
the C series and B series servers. So this is DCUCI, right? So we are not
Your
going to
voice
touch.
is cracking. Hello, hello. Your
Yeah,
voice is cracking.
hello. Now it is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let me what we are going to do here. So this is one module. This is other module, right? So this is both belongs to CCI data center, right? So we are going to take up this. So what we are going to do in this, we are going to talk about Nexus 7,000, 5,000, 2,000. First is all architecture. What we are going to
Okay.
do, architecture. What is the chassis? What are line cards? Chassis. How many types of chassis in the environment? Then what
Mhm.
we have line cards. What we have, these are also known as IO modules,
Okay.
right? Yeah, we are going to have supervisor cards. What is the difference
Mhm.
between a normal catalyst switch and the Nexus? What do you mean
Okay.
by fab modules, fabric cards? Because this is what is going to increase the backplane capacity of the device. Now, what is backplane capacity? What is backplane capacity of a device? So I am going to cover in detail the architecture part, right? So these are the presentations because I've already worked with Cisco. So these are all the presentations, that what are the features, like it supports all layer 2 features, layer 3 features, storage features, right? And,
Okay.
how it happens, what is graceful restart, what is NSF, what is PSS. So these are the command lines. Show module, what it is. I know that you are working in a real-time environment, but again, I'm going
Yeah.
to give you, and there will be a lab, the simulator lab, right? So you can type in the commands. Right? So it's
Okay.
almost all in all like your normal switches with Cisco. In the licensing model, what we have, what kind of the licensing we need for the layer 2 features, for the layer 3 features, for the storage features, right? So these are the licensing part. So how to do all that, right? Now, so these are the presentations. Second
Okay.
thing, what we are going to cover here is, as soon as I'm going to complete with architecture, I'm going to talk about 7010 and 7009 and
Okay.
7004. So
Right.
I don't know which kind of chassis you are using in your environment. Right?
Okay.
So, yeah. So I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about all 5,000 series boxes. These are
Mhm.
modular. What do you mean by modular? What do you mean by standalone? Right?
Mhm.
All the basic concepts I'm going to touch here. And then 2000 series and then 1000 series as well. Right?
Mhm.
So this is, see, when we talk about data centers, no, when we talk about data centers, because mainly people are directly going to get recruited on the data centers. Data centers is one of the things where, my majority of the traffic terminates. As
Mhm.
of now, because it's been years, I'm working as a cloud implementation engineer now. It's been years
Okay.
now. So in 3 years, 4 years back, 3 to 4 years back, 3 years back, yeah. Uh, we were suggesting the customers to take 7,000, 5,000, and 2,000 data centers. Build up your data center with this, right? Now, what we are suggesting the customers, build your backbone with a 9,000 series. Now, see, as soon as the Cisco has launched 9000 series, I am not going to question up. Hi, now, as of now, let's say last year I bought these devices from you. Now
Right.
now why you are giving me this device? I cannot afford because I have spent almost $1 million in in deploying my data center. Why you are going to suggest me now you take this? Why? Because
Okay.
this is going to support automation features. Definitely, yes. Now everyone, all the customers are after Cisco Live that we want this. But again, there was a big question from the customers. Please give us a good solution where we can have the automation. See, everybody wants to have an automation in the data center. Nobody is going to recruit 1,000 or 10,000 number of engineers. But the big question was this: the cost. Abhi, as of now, I have spent $1 million. Now I am going to upgrade my infrastructure with the 9,000 again now. So these are all, so this is also Nexus. Now the people, the companies who are coming a fresh solution on the data center, we are actually giving them 9,000 series.
Right.
This is no automation. This understands certain programmability features, certain API, but there is a lot of difference when you talk 7,000, when you talk 9,000. So you might be seeing two types of the customers. Some of the preliminary customers still have this kind of the infrastructure. Some of the customers have 9,000 altogether in their 9,000, 5,000, and then facts. That is true.
Mhm.
So what I will do, we are going to touch up, we are going to cover this in detail because you are going to have your data center on these devices. Perfectly fine with me,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
This is one of the customers. Maybe earlier next company might join where the customers might be having 9,000, you might be facing 9,000 infrastructure. Then what? Then you will say, Are Aparna ma'am has told me about 7,000. Now I'm going to understand 9,000.
Okay.
So after completing this, I will I will try to boost you up with what is the difference why we are incorporating this.
Mhm.
But this 9,000 is altogether a different course. This is a Cisco automation course, which you now terms you are hearing the term SDN, software defined network.
Right. Right. Right.
Right? So this is Cisco SDN solution, 9,000.
Okay.
This is the traditional data center.
Okay.
Why I am not removing? Because I have spent a lot of money in deploying this kind of the data center. Now the
Yes.
people are taking the solution where they are going to deploy 9,000 on the top of the traditional data center. So
Okay.
that is a migration part. That is a migration plus integrating my old infrastructure with a new automation thing. This is one thing. So I'm going to talk this, no problem, but not in detail. But this is altogether a different session, right?
So, okay. Means you are also including that migration part also, that from
Hmm.
7,000 to 9,000.
Huh. Yeah, I will include, but 9,000 training is altogether a different training.
Okay.
When we will be doing this kind of the session, no, this automation session, then you yourself will understand that how you have to integrate. But yes, as of now, I will be going to give you a glimpse that see this is how we have to integrate
Okay.
on a broader level. I can tell you so that you have that kind of the clear understanding that okay, this is how tomorrow I have to upgrade my data center. I can go like this.
Okay.
Right? Because
Mhm.
this has the command line, this is also a command line. But apart from this, when we talk about the automation solution, this is not a command line. This actually comes on with a SDN solution. That I will tell you, that I will discuss here in this session. That what is SDN, why we are going to do this, what are the benefits, and how we are going to integrate. Don't worry. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Third thing, I'm going to get into the features. Features of as of now, Nexus 7,000 because this is the traditional data center. But this is very much in. Don't think that it's been obsoleted because there are a lot of customers from Cisco who actually taking this 7,000, 5,000. Still they have 7,000, 5,000, 2,000. Right? Features. So features, first we are going to include VDC, virtual device context. We are going to see this. We are going to have a lab on this, right? Then we are going to discuss VPC, virtual port channel, what is VPC keep alive link, what is domain ID, what is peer link, how the CFS works, a lot of stuff with the VPC, and then there is a lab. Then we are going to discuss your fabric path. What is it? See, Cisco has stopped fabric path. It was Cisco proprietary, you know that. fabric path is still in your data center. Have you seen the fabric path?
Yes, yes.
Fabric path is still there, but Cisco has actually been stopped the fabric path. This was a Cisco proprietary protocol. Now,
Yeah, right.
I will try to include certain things why Cisco has stopped making fabric path. It was purely a layer 2 protocol. And you know that when we have a layer 2 and when there is anything goes off, there is a looping.
Yes, yes, yes.
I will, yeah. So because we don't want L2. As of now, see, if you talk about the Facebook data center or if you talk about any kind of a data center from where you are taking your services, can you afford a downtime of a minute? You will say a lot of customers are going to access their files from the data center and it's down for a minute or might be 10 minutes. You say, fuck off with this. I don't want this. Why? Because my services are getting interrupted when it is on a corporate level. See, I am a data center. I'm a Facebook, right? And there are a lot of critical applications which I might be charging from the customers so that they can access those critical applications from my data center. I cannot afford to have a downtime. If because because if there are switches in that, you know that the data center is made up of switches, right? If I have switches in my data center and if I'm going to have certain kind of a looping, there will be a downtime.
Right.
To avoid looping, we had fabric path, but if fabric path goes off, then definitely looping comes. We cannot afford this because we cannot afford a downtime for the data center. It is not a traditional VPN or it is not my organization where I cannot access from Delhi to Mumbai or Mumbai to Chennai. That is okay because that's my VPN. I'm not going to provide the services to the customer. But DC or the data center is a place where a lot of critical applications of the customers are deployed, and you are charging them for their applications. Why? Because their applications has been hosted on that data center. So fabric path, but fabric path was again L2. So to
Right.
avoid this, have VXLAN. This is a very recent protocol. This is a very recent protocol. No more L2. No more L2 here. Anytime. Access core aggregation, no more L2. So yeah, I am going to, but this is a part of Nexus 9000. This is actually being
Okay.
recently developed.
This
So
is
once
same
I will
as
be completing with,
VLAN.
yeah. It is VXLAN. It is a virtual extensible LAN. It is a
Yes.
brother of, it is, I cannot say it is a brother of VLAN. It is an overlay basically.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I will tell you about overlay, what is underlay. And, but once I am going to finish up with the Nexus 7000, then I'm going to take you on this part a little bit, right? So that you have the clear understanding. Acha, Prerna was saying that fabric path is being stopped by Cisco. So why it is being stopped by Cisco? Because earlier I was seeing the loops and fabric path is avoiding the loops. But if then why fabric path is being stopped? Again, it has certain limitations that these number of the switches can be a part of the fabric path cloud. What if fabric path goes off? Then there will be a looping, there will be a downtime. So how to avoid that? L3, there will not be a looping problem. There will not be a downtime problem because of the looping until or unless some cable or some port or something very which is being connecting my switches goes off. Until or unless it doesn't goes off, there will be a no software looping problem. No, if I'm running L3 protocol in my switches. So that's what the VXLAN does. I will tell you. Don't bother about it.
Okay.
Fourth is OTV. This is overlay transport. Overlay transport. Overlay transport virtualization. Just give me a sec. Yeah. So OTV. So Nexus 7000, this supports OTV. Right? So this is overlay. But when I'm saying OTV, when I'm saying VXLAN, these are altogether different protocols. But again, it depends upon you which kind of the overlay you are going to use. So when time and again I'm saying overlay, I'm going to tell you what is overlay. Why overlay? What do you mean by overlay?
Okay. Okay.
Right? See, this comes on a later part. I'm not going to touch as of now, but after the session completed for this 7000 series, I'm going to talk about the VXLAN so that then you can have a better understanding why she's going to talk about VXLAN. Fifth, PEX fabric extender, which is your Nexus 2000 series. This specs is the fabric extender. We are going to talk what is it, how it gets integrated with the 7000, with the 5000, what is the configuration for it. And I'm going to talk about the fiber channel. That is the storage part. And this is actually being incorporated as a FCOE, fiber channel over. So this is being supported by your 7000, this is being supported by your 5000, this is being supported by your 9000, all devices supports fiber channel. Because this is a storage part. So this is what our program is going to include for Nexus 7000. Any doubts, anything else you would like to ask and you want to cover?